let's do the pledge. We can let the rolls reflect that everyone was here for the last meeting, is still here for this meeting. And that brings us to our first item, a public hearing, ordinance 2023-1651, an ordinance amending section 58-441, print 11 of the Mequon Municipal Zoning Code related to residential parking requirements. This was recommended by Public Welfare on April 11th, recommended by Planning Commission on May 24th, and we had a first reading last month at the June 13th Common Council meeting. Is there a motion to go into public hearing? Second. Motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're now in public hearing. Is there anyone here tonight who wishes to speak on this topic? Hearing and seeing none, is there a motion?
Move to close public hearing.
Motion to close. Second. All in favor of closing public hearing, please say aye. We are now back. Are there any questions or comments on the proposed ordinance? Or is there a motion?
Motion to approve ordinance 2023-1651.
There's a motion and a second. We've seen this one a couple times. Are there any questions of staff or things we'd like to iron out? Or if there aren't, we can always go right to a vote. Hearing and seeing no comments, why don't we call the roll?
Alderman Talaco. Alderman Meyer.
Aye.
Alderman Hancher.
Aye.
Alderman Bach.
Aye.
Alderman Schneider.
Aye.
Alderman Gebhardt.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Next, we have personal appearances and public comment. Citizens wishing to address the council on any matter not on the agenda may do so at this time. If you desire to be heard on agenda items, you may be heard when those items are considered on the agenda. Please speak into the mic at the podium. Time limit is 5 minutes. Is there anyone here who wishes to speak on any matter not on the agenda? Hearing and seeing none, we'll move on to public officials' reports. I don't have anything this evening. Do you, Mr. Administrator?
Yes, just a couple of quick items. Mayor and members of the council, as you will all recall, as of January 1st, the city has consolidated its emergency dispatch operations with Ozaukee County, specifically the Ozaukee County Sheriff's Office. The city attorney, the police chief, and myself recently visited with the Ozaukee County Sheriff, and during our meeting to check on the progress of this consolidation, which is going very well from the county's perspective, it was shared with us that they are continuing to hire dispatchers under the consolidated facility that is maintained and managed in Port Washington. Currently, the county is paying $24.50 an hour for dispatchers, individuals who are interested in such a job or a career, along with a $3,000 signing bonus. Job duties, available benefits, and applications are available on the Ozaukee County website for anyone interested in employment with the county. Secondly, and as was reported last week in our weekly bulletin, the city received the 2023 Distinguished Budget Presentation Award from the Government Finance Officers Association just last week. This award recognizes the city's efforts to fashion a budget that is not only a policy document and financial plan, but also an operational guide and a communications device. This is the 14th consecutive year that the city has received this award from the Government Finance Officers Association. And lastly, absentee voting for the July 18th special election continues here at City Hall through Friday of this week, Friday, July 14th. The July 18th special election will occur next week for the 24th Assembly District, the seat previously held by Senator Dan Knodel, who was formerly the state representative for that district. Polls will be open next Tuesday from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. and Assembly District 24 covers portions of aldermanic districts 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here in Mequon. That's my report, Mayor.
Thank you. Next up, we have the consent agenda. We have 13 sets of minutes from various boards and commissions. Is there a motion to approve or any items we'd like
Move to
removed?
approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further comments or questions? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor of approving the consent agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And the consent agenda is approved. Next is ordinances. We have none. Next, there are resolutions, also none, which is extremely rare. Previous or specified business from prior meetings, there is also none. We do have some new business. An aldermanic appointment of Stephen DeGuire to the Ethics Board from District 4. Is there a motion to approve that appointment?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that appointment is approved, which brings us to our last item tonight, a potential closed session. 7421 Ridgeview Drive, Yosef Barada. Common Council may convene into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin Statute 19.85 Prin 1 Prin G for the purpose of conferring with legal counsel for the governmental body who is rendering oral or written advice concerning strategy to be adopted by the body with respect to litigation in which it is or is likely to become involved, and then may reconvene into open session to take such action as deemed appropriate. Is there a motion to go into closed session?
Move to go in closed session.
Motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye when your name is called.
Alderman Meyer. Alderman Hancher.
Aye.
Alderman Parrish is absent. Alderman Bach.
Aye.
Alderman Schneider.
Aye.
Alderman Gebhardt.
Aye.
Alderman Telacco. Mayor Nurbin.
Aye. We'll now go into closed session. I don't anticipate we'll come back and close this meeting in open session. Good night, everyone.